Hello traders and welcome to another video analysis. Today is Wednesday, the 17th of February 2021. Let's take a look at the Forex calendar. What do we have here? On Wednesday, some data had been already published, of course, during the Tokyo session, but that wasn't anything interesting. The key event of the London session had been published already. That was the data from UK in form of the consumer price index. As you can see, the consumer price index is increasing. It's not increasing that much as as everyone expected, but it still has some kind of a impact on the economy. The core consumer price index is in the level with the previous reading and better than expected. Retail price index is jumping up as well, together with the PPI input and PPI output prices. So we will definitely take a look on the British pound today, and during the New York session, we have some data from Canada and from the US, of course. From Canada, we got scheduled for release consumer price index data at 2:30. As you can see, the previous reading was minus 0.2. Currently, the market expects 0.5 increase. So that's pretty much decent jump in the inflation in Canada. The core is expected to increase from minus 0.4 to 0%. And as you can see, we got another consumer price index measurements here, common, median, and trimmed core CPI. From United States, we got another bunch of data. As you can see here, we got retail sales scheduled for release at 2:30. The retail sales again are expected to increase from minus 0.7 to 1.1%. We got the PPI core released at 2:30 as well. Quarter past 3 capacity utilization and industrial production data are scheduled for release. Then we got manufacturing production and the business inventories. Please notice that at 5 o'clock we got the speech from the Bank of England Deputy Governor and Markets and Banking Sir David Ramsden. And then, of course, at 8 o'clock p.m. we got the FOMC meeting minutes release. So that can be kind of a important release as well. But we know that the general point of view of the Fed doesn't change during the pandemic times, and we are still the monetary policy is still very, very accumulative. So they are printing the money, keep printing the money almost all the time. So we will see if there is any kind of a clue in this meeting minutes paper regarding the change of this point of view in the near future. So we should take a look at the Canadian dollar for sure. On the Canadian dollar, as you can see, this is daily time frame chart. On the Canadian dollar, we got a bounce from the technical support at 1.2630. The low, however, was made at 1.2609. But there was no new low below 1.2591. So this bounce is kind of important. Right now, the market is trying to go higher towards the recent high, local high at 1.2762, and of course the recent technical resistance 1.2782. Whether that will happen, we will see. Maybe the better than expected data will trigger some kind of a move up on the on this pair. We will see how about that. But generally, there is no real trend on the Canadian dollar market. As you can see, we broke above this trend line, then we have some kind of a triangle, but we didn't continue up, we went down. So this is trendless market in the since the beginning of the 2021. Basically, this is a trendless market. So we are waiting for the decisive breakout in the Canadian dollar, up or down. The key levels are 1.2955 and 1.2591. Now, right now we are closer to 1.2591. So that's the Canadian dollar. Let's take a look at the US dollar index because of the data from US. So what do we have here? As you remember, we went down on this market recently, right after the wave C had been completed, but the US dollar index didn't hit the lows of the wave B, 89.98. The last low was at the level of 90.09, so that's like 20 pips ahead of the technical support and the low of the wave B. Right now we are bouncing slightly above the neutral level, but the market is still trading below the old wave A top level at 90.92. So the short-term trend line has been violated, but please notice this was a weak trend line, so we might just delete this one. It's no longer necessary. So the key level for the bulls now is 90.92. Maybe the US data will trigger some buying frenzy on the US dollar market. Then of course we would go way above the 90.92 towards 91.72, or the market will be capped around here. And then of course we will go again lower towards 89.98 and of course 89.18. So right now kind of a trendless market. The larger time frame is of course the weekly, the monthly trend is of course down, but right now after this ABC correction have been made, not much happened here. Let me just take a look if we are close to any kind of a cryptocurrency, Fibonacci retracement. 50 is at 90.92, 61 is at 91. So this is a pretty much very nice zone of Fibonacci retracement and this technical resistance. So please keep an eye on this zone for eventually for any eventual reverse to the downside. So that's the US dollar, and of course I think we should take a look at the British pound. So let's just do the cable. What is cable doing? The cable is keep going up on a daily time frame chart, right? We got this scenario here that allows any kind of a slight lower only when 1.3758 is violated. If it's not violated, we keep going up. And as you can see, another high was made. So this was apparently very nice scenario. Now we hit the upper boundary of this channel. So please put this channel on your basically charts, right? Because this is working and the market recognized this channel, so that's very good. This last candle looks like a kind of a doji candle, long leg doji, which is a first indication of a possible reversal on the British pound. And as you can see today, we got this slight green candle, so we are still attacking the 1.3867. This is technical support right now. If it's violated, then of course we go lower towards 1.3758, and then there's a major scenario in case of 1.3758 is violated. Then of course we might go even lower towards the 1.3565. The major reversal on this market is confirmed when the market is out of the channel and below 1.3786. That's the major reversal indication, which means basically that there's going to be a deep correction on the British pound. So far, except this doji candlestick into the overbought market conditions, there is no immediate indication of trend reversal. This might be only kind of a pullback, and then of course we can continue the uptrend. That would means, of course, the American dollar would go down again, would be sold across the board, and then the British pound would be bought across the board as well. So that's the scenario. It's still scenario is still up. It's still bullish. The uptrend continuation scenario. And the last will be, of course, Bitcoin. Why Bitcoin? Why? Because we are trading above $50,000. So this wave 4 has been finished. We are now in the last wave of the final push, because that was the wave 3. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. That was the wave 3. Wave 3 is now completed. Let me just zoom in. Yes, wave 3 is now completed. Wave 4 is now completed as well. And since then we are trending up in the wave 5. So please prepare for the deeper correction on the Bitcoin soon. We are already in the extremely overbought market conditions, but because the market is trending, so we can stay there for a little bit longer. On the lower time frames, there is a visible bearish divergence on the 4-hour and 12-hour. As you can see, we have a first indication of a bearish divergence on the daily time frame chart between the high of the 9th of the February and today's high at $51,028. So the market starts to diverge on the daily time frame as well. We will see how much fuel there is for the bulls. So far, as you can see, green candles, and we keep going up. The next target for the Bitcoin is $60,000, because we are marking these levels every $10,000 because we are on uncharted waters anyway. So any level is good, but $60,000 is the next logical target for the Bitcoin before any kind of a major correction. So please keep an eye on the current developments on this main and most popular cryptocurrency. That's everything for me for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.